Hello, I'm Mrs. Hollinshead and welcome to one of my 3-minute thoughts where I introduce an idea about something in GCSE English that you may not have considered before. Today I'm going to give you a quick summary of what's happening in 2022 with your GCSE English exams, since there have been a lot of updates. I also think it's important to think about what they mean for you and your revision. I'll be focusing on AQA in this video, but follow me on Instagram, Mrs. H Teachers Insta, for updates on all of the exam boards. So the first important thing to note is that this information is accurate as of the 10th of December 2021. Obviously, the pandemic has brought a lot of changes to plans over the past 2 years, and while that might make you feel uncertain or even frustrated, try not to think too far ahead and worry about what may or may not happen. All we can do is deal with the current plan and keep up to date. So I thought I'd try to help with that. So, English language. The actual exams themselves haven't changed in format or length, but we will receive advanced information on the 7th of February. For AQA English Language, this information applies to Paper 2, which is the non-fiction exam. They will tell us what text types will be included in the reading section as the two sources, and then which text type you will be expected to use in the writing section. And what does this mean for your revision for Paper 2? Well, it's good news, since it will tell you which text type you will need to practice: letters, articles, speeches, text for a leaflet, or just a normal essay. My advice is to focus your December and January revision for the writing section on learning vocabulary, revising your punctuation and your persuasive writing features. You can complete practice questions, but maybe focus on smaller chunks like writing a persuasive paragraph. Once you know the text in February, you should be practicing writing full answers. You can take past questions and just tweak them to make them the correct text type. Next, English literature. For AQA, they have 2 dates. On the 25th of May, you'll have 2 questions which will have been chosen by your school. For my school, it's the 19th century novel, Jekyll and Hyde, and the modern text, and Inspector Calls. But your school might have chosen one of those and the poetry anthology. On the day, you'll be given 1 paper, sit that for 50 minutes, then they'll stop, give you the second paper, which you'll have 50 minutes for again. The format of the exams will still be the same. So if you're sitting an Inspector Calls, you'll have a choice of 2 questions. If you're sitting the 19th century novel, you'll have an extract to work from, and so on. The next paper is compulsory for everyone. That will be on the 8th of June. This will be the Shakespeare and the Unseen Poetry, which, remember, is actually 2 questions because you have that 8-mark question at the end. This is the paper that you'll be marked on for spelling, punctuation and grammar. 4 marks for each question. So get practice on how you spell Mercutio and don't forget your capital letters. The paper will be 1 hour 45 minutes in total. And what does this mean for your revision? It won't be a lot different, except that you have a whole section that you don't need to revise. It will mean, however, that each section is now worth 1/4 of your GCSE in literature rather than 20%. So each mark you achieve will have more of an impact on your overall grade. That's got to be good. Remember, I have free and affordable revision tools on my website, mrsteachers.com, and more are being added all the time. The last thing to mention is your English spoken language. If you haven't done it already, you're probably doing it about now. The only changes to this one are that you don't have to deliver the talk to an audience. It can just be one teacher, and it doesn't need to be videoed. But the other rules are exactly the same. So you can only have a cue card with no full sentences and so on. While this is separate from the 2 GCSEs, you will still get an independent grade for this that you can put on your CV and your university or job application forms, either a pass, merit or distinction. So that's it. I hope you found something useful there. If you did, save this for later, and please hit the button in the channel or on my profile to make sure you stay updated.